And alright, there we go. Hello everybody, welcome to today's live stream. Today we are going to be talking about episode 6 of the first season of Ninjago, entitled The Snake King. So, I see people joining, welcome. Thanks for everyone in the chat joining us here right now. Hopefully you guys had a pretty good day so far. Before we get started with the stream, I do need to apologize for my absence yesterday. I wasn't around, so I couldn't do a stream, but we're back today. So let's go ahead and try to make up for the missing of the stream yesterday. Hopefully you guys didn't miss me too much. As I take a sip of my beverage, not sponsored. I'm not lucky enough to get sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Yeah, so in case you guys are joining us here for the first time today, let's go over some of the streaming information just in case you guys are new and some of you guys watching this on the playback after the stream is done might have these questions as well. So for live streams, we normally do these Monday through Friday. That gives me time to take the weekends off and kind of relax a little bit. The streams are going to be happening 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time Zone. So it's 12:05 p.m. currently here, so pretty much just my time zone, and the streams will be going for about an hour. In that hour-long live stream, we will be talking about one Ninjago episode, doing a review, and a brief Q&A. Obviously, the episode review isn't going to take up the entirety of the stream, but you know, the Q&A will basically fill up the rest of the time. And if there's any sort of, I guess, mishap where I can't stream, like I did yesterday, I will notify you guys in the community tab on my channel, just to let you guys know that there won't be a stream today. So yeah, stay tuned for those announcements. If you ever show up around noon and I'm not here, it's probably not going to happen. So let's go ahead and again reiterate. We are going to be talking about episode 6 of Ninjago, entitled The Snake King. And as always, throughout these episode reviews, we're going to run down through the plot, talk about some good stuff, bad stuff, and then score the episode out of 10. Thank you everyone joining us today, and thank you very much for tuning in for this episode review. So in terms of, I guess, the Q&A stuff, with general questions, you might want to go ahead and wait until the end of the streams where we actually start the Q&A segment, as my door opens and my cat walks in. Hello. Hi, Momo. Momo's here to help us live stream, everybody. Yay. Scared the crap out of me walking through the door. But anyway, as I was saying, wait, what was I saying? I was saying something. I completely forgot. Oh yeah, so with questions, wait until the end of the stream where we jump into the Q&A segment, and then we'll jump into regular questions. But in terms of the actual episode review, if you have questions related to that, just feel free to ask them. Momo from Avatar? No, Momo from My Hero Academia. One of our cats is named after Momo Yaoyorozu. But let's go ahead and get started here. We will let the slideshow for this episode run in the background as we go ahead and discuss the plot. So let's go ahead and get started here. So the episode begins with Pythor and Scales pretty much finding the lost city of Ouroboros just kind of on a whim. Pythor kind of runs it over and discovers it, so now they have the lost city. Excellent. Back at the bounty, the ninja and Lloyd are having an interesting conversation about something random related to the snakes. Well, Master Wu emerges with a box for the ninja. It's their new suits, the ZX suits. We can't hear you. Is it just you that's having audio problems, or is it everybody? Because it wouldn't be surprising if the stream is having technical issues. But after the ninja get their suits, they actually go ahead and get word of snakes invading an amusement park. So it's interesting. Wait, this is live? Yes, we are live streaming currently. This is not a premiere, this is a live stream going for about an hour. But then the ninja go ahead and get word of this and decide to get set up with their new suits and make a huge entrance down in the amusement park using their new ZX suits. And that's really cool. Unfortunately, when they get down there, it appears that they are too late, as the snakes have already been, defeated by the Samurai X. So right away we got a little bit of tension there between the Samurai and the ninja. So that's pretty funny. But they do hear a little bit of a lesson from Master Wu, and the ninja decide to go ahead and use this frustration to hold a competition between themselves. Whoever can find the identity of the samurai will be the Green Ninja, obviously, because, they're the best. So, obviously. Speak up, please. Maybe adjust your volume? Is that possible? So after they decide to hold this competition, there is a little bit of a montage with the ninja trying to go ahead and figure out who the samurai is. Each one of them have some type of, weird little interaction with Samurai X, and each one of them fail. So obviously it's very clear that the samurai doesn't want his or her identity to be revealed. So more on that later, though. Kai drops Lloyd off at some random arcade and heads off to hunt for the samurai, but Lloyd sees a snake bus with a whole bunch of snakes getting onto it, heading to the city of Ouroboros. So, using his infinite wisdom and logic, he goes ahead and disguises himself in order to jump up on the bus, and they escape. They get away with Lloyd on there. So somehow Lloyd fooled them. Don't know how that's possible, but hey, But they arrive at the city of Ouroboros, and they basically are presenting to Lloyd, unintentionally, how just brutal the snakes can be. Pythor basically holds a slither pit competition between himself and the tribe generals, in order for them to give up their staffs and truly become leaders of the Serpentine, if that makes sense. So, of course, Pythor cheats because he's Pythor, uses the flute, the sacred flute that the ninja lost in a previous episode, to defeat the Serpentine generals and claim himself as the Snake King. So, right away, you can kind of see what Pythor is all about. You can kind of see his character. But then he's like, everybody bow to your master, and Lloyd goes to bow like an idiot, and then like loses all of his stuff, and now his disguises are gone, and everyone can see it's Lloyd. So, congrats, Lloyd. You did good. You did great. The ninja argue over who lost Lloyd, which I find hilarious. At this point, it's pretty funny because no one knows that Lloyd is the Green Ninja yet. So at this point, they're all just like sick of him, and it's like, oh well, who has to take care of him? Who lost him? We don't care. We don't care. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny just how little they think of Lloyd, I suppose. But they kind of argue over who lost him. And then Wu arrives. It's like, hey, what happened to my nephew? You guys, you guys lost him, and it's pretty funny. But they also go back to the arcade, find some of the camera footage, and decide to travel to the city of Ouroboros themselves in order to rescue Lloyd. They get to the city and they're immediately captured because they're absolute legends at what they do. Um, but they get captured and forced to fight another prisoner who was captured, that being Samurai X. So now we have a little bit of a interesting dynamic going on here: samurai versus ninja, and it's pretty brutal, I'd say. Samurai X immediately tries to vanquish the ninja, if that makes sense. But eventually, Samurai reveals to the ninja that she's just kind of doing this to put up a show, and that they can escape together. So they try to escape. I do need to mention as well, though, the ninja try to go ahead and fight off the samurai using the tornado of creation at one point, which is kind of cool. But anyway, the samurai escapes with the ninja attached to his or her mech, but eventually there's too much weight, as realized by the ninja. So she or he ejects and flies back down, retrieves the golden weapons that was stolen from the ninja by Pythor, and escapes in that way. So now the ninja and Samurai X are all free. They've all escaped the Slither Pit, and they all have to go rescue Lloyd some other time because, again, no one cares about Lloyd apparently. Um, but Samurai crashes, and her identity is revealed to Kai. That, of course, being Nia. So it's revealed that Nia is Samurai X, which I suppose, in context, some people might have been surprised by. I remember I was spoiled from this earlier just because of the sets. But then Nia kind of has a talk with Kai about why she decided to become basically a vigilante. So, someone just died in the hallway. All right, that's cool. And I will say again with the spam in the chat, try not to. Otherwise, then there's going to be that happening. So just letting you guys know. But anyway, Nia kind of has a little bit of a heartfelt talk with Kai about why she decided to become a samurai and why she kind of felt excluded from the ninja team, which I do kind of understand. And we'll get more into that here in a second. But I do understand where she's coming from. And back at the bounty, Kai lies about, I guess, a samurai's identity, says that he had no idea who she was, or he was, but then it's revealed that Master Wu also knows that Nia is the samurai, so that's pretty cool. But then the episode ends there. In terms of good stuff, I really, really like this episode. A lot of stuff in this episode is really good to me. Yeah, F's in the chat for little Lloyd. Dude, no one cares about Lloyd. It's like, I'm telling you, it's crazy. I do think it's pretty funny, though. But yeah, let's get into some of the good stuff. So, first of all, this episode is the introduction to these ZX suits for the ninja. So it's cool seeing them actually get new costumes, and they will have these ZX suits for a long period of time. They don't get new suits until a long ways down the road, so you better get used to the ZX suits. Unfortunately, some of them aren't really too great in my opinion, but I do like how they had new. New suits, so I thought that was pretty good. Also, I do need to give some big props to little Lloyd in this episode as well. He put in some work. He put in a lot of work than what he usually does. This episode is when they start caring about Lloyd. Yeah, I could see that. This episode is kind of when they realize that it's like, oh wait, he's actually a priority. Well, guess we got to put an effort for him. But no, I understand where they're coming from, and I do really like Lloyd's role. He actually went ahead and did something, which is great. I really liked Lloyd in this episode. Yeah, he kind of got captured, but at least he did something. He led the ninja to the Snake City so that they can go ahead and launch an attack on a later date. And speaking of the Snake City, I really like the city of Ouroboros as well. I really like the atmosphere of that. I love the design. I think that's awesome, and we'll see more of that city in future episodes. So I can't wait to go ahead and see what else it does. Well, obviously I know what it does, but I want to see it again because I'm rewatching these. But then I also need to give big props to the ninja and samurai fight. I felt like that was really cool, especially when the ninja used the tornado of creation. I thought that was really cool. We don't see the tornado of creation very often nowadays, if at all. But in the first couple of seasons, or at least the first season, it was very prevalent. So I thought that was really cool how they actually went ahead and included that in this episode. I thought that was really well done. I hope the city of Ouroboros comes back one day, even if it's in ruins. I feel like they at least have to bring it back. It's kind of an important city, like for the context of the Serpentine. I'm honestly surprised we didn't see it in season 11 with Asphira and all them. We got that other weird kingdom or whatever, but I don't think we got Ouroboros, if I'm remembering that correctly. But also the Samurai X reveal was pretty good, and also the fact that Nia actually has some type of motivation. No, I don't really care for Nia as a character very much. I think Nia is pretty average. She's my least favorite ninja, and that's only because I really don't like her attitude and her character of being like an overly preachy icon. But her actual, I guess, reasoning to become Samurai X is something that I can get behind. It's not like she's doing it just because she wants to prove that, like women can be powerful or something like that. Because we know that women can be powerful. Anybody can be powerful. And so I'm glad that she's not doing it for that reason alone, because that's kind of the main reason why I don't like her character nowadays. It's like, as I mentioned in other streams before, relating to Nia, you could have a strong female character without stating that, she's a strong female character. You don't have to say that she is, just show that she is, You don't really see other characters doing that as well, where it's like, oh, I'm powerful because I'm a man. You don't see that. I feel like a lot of people, I guess, overlook that, but to me, it's kind of a big deal. I firmly believe that you can go ahead and show power rather than say it, and it immediately gets, 10 times better. But in terms of Nia's motivation, I understood where she was coming from. I forgot to join yesterday. Oh, don't worry, we didn't even have a stream yesterday. Yesterday, I was doing something, and I couldn't stream. But we're back today talking about this episode. So don't worry, you didn't really miss much of anything. But I understood where Nia was coming from, and I thought that her character, at least in this episode, was pretty well done. So I got to give big props to the actual writing surrounding Nia's character, and I really, really don't feel like Samurai X is that horrible of an identity for her. I feel like it's a good spot right now, especially because it's not revealed yet that she has powers. So I have a feeling that she will, I guess, adapt more to this later on, which she most certainly does. And the last big thing that I want to talk about, or at least a good thing, is how Master Wu knows, because I feel like Wu is like pretty like mysterious and like secretive over his stuff, and the fact that he knows that Nia is the samurai is just really funny. So I had to go ahead and leave that in there at the end. In terms of bad stuff, there's not a whole lot of stuff here. Um, So, for bad stuff, I guess if I wanted to nitpick, I would say that maybe the Samurai X montage was kind of a waste of time, with the ninja trying to go ahead and capture the samurai. But I really didn't, I guess, think that was all too bad. In terms of Lloyd's character, I mentioned how he did some good stuff, but it's also like he kind of got himself caught pretty easily, which I felt like was kind of weird. I feel like the main reason why they wanted to get Lloyd to Ouroboros was to do, recon and to get captured. I feel like the writers needed him to get captured, and I definitely feel like his capture was necessary, but I feel like it was way too quick. He could have done a little bit more recon, and again, this is just me nitpicking, but I don't know. It just something about that didn't sit right to me. But overall, this episode was really great, all things considered. Feel free to go ahead and leave a rating in the chat. out of 10 for what you would rate this thing. In terms of my score, I am going to go ahead and give this episode a 9 out of 10. I thought this was a really well done episode. Pretty good, all things considered. It established a lot of context for Ninjago's Serpentine, and it created a lot of plot points moving forward. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. That's really good. It's the only episode in the season that I didn't love. Yeah, I can understand why some people wouldn't like it. Me personally, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9. And we got a couple different scores in the chat. We got a couple 7s, a couple 9s, 8.6, 7.2. Some oddly specific numbers there, lads. 9s, 9s, 10s, 7s. Pretty good. Honestly, this episode I thought was really good. So I'm glad that a lot of other people feel the same. I'm not seeing too many low scores, so I think it's safe to say that we all kind of generally feel the same way about this episode, so that's really cool. So that was my review of The Snake King, episode 6 of Ninjago. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about TikTok, which is episode 7, not TikTok, the website. God, no, I would die first, but we're going to be talking about TikTok, the episode with Zane. However, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, that is not the end of the stream. We're going to jump over to some Q&A. Yeah, as I take a sip of my beverage. For those of you guys following the beverage lore, today we got Dr. Pepper. Best episode coming up. Yep, TikTok's going to be great. I can't wait to talk about it. I'm actually really excited. Going to be rewatching that later today, taking some notes, be all ready for tomorrow's stream. So let's go ahead and get into some Q&A. So well, let's see, which season should we run in the background? Skybound. Where's Rebooted? There we go. All right, we'll run Rebooted in the background for a little bit, just because I really like season 3, and I've been feeling a lot of nostalgia for it as of late. My mom laughed at me when I was crying about Zane's sacrifice. That's horrible. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. See, I cried at Ninjago too a lot of times, but that's no. I'm so sorry. But let's get into some Q&A stuff. So you see that they added one episode of the Fire chapter on Netflix. See, I've been seeing a lot of different stuff for Netflix. I've been seeing that some people have the Fire episode or Fire chapter episodes. I gotta check on my Netflix right now. Last I checked, they had the Ice chapter listed twice. They had the Ice chapter in season 11, and then the second half, which is also the Ice chapter. So I have no idea what's going on with Netflix, man. It is. Oh, they did add it. Yo, okay, yeah, the Fire chapter is on Netflix now. All right, good stuff. Okay. I'm seeing the Fire chapter on Netflix. Season 2 is still non-existent. They still have Prime Empire and whatchamacallit, Master of the Mountain on there just as season 2, which is weird. But they do have the Fire chapter. I am seeing all of it, so let me know if you guys can see it too. Unfortunately, that does mean that I need to make another video today, as I had a video scheduled to go up later today talking about how poor the treatment of Netflix was, which I could probably still do, honestly, but I'll think about that. Might need to remake that video. But, yeah. Do they do season 13? Well, on the American Netflix right now, what I see currently looking at it, we have all of season 11, including the Fire chapter, which is interesting. We finally got that. And then we have Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain. So as of this point right now in the United States, we should have everything on Netflix besides the pilots. Those are still not on there. But the Fire chapter has been added. So yeah, I was not aware of that. On UK Netflix for the Fire chapter, but not the Ice chapter. Yeah, hopefully that goes, hopefully that rolls out to other countries and territories here soon. I'm even surprised that they added it onto American Netflix, if we're being honest. I'm surprised they went back and fixed that at all. But if they added the Fire chapter over here, because we previously didn't have that, we just had the Ice chapter, so you'll probably get it eventually. Is Netflix free? No. At least in my territory, it's not. I'm not sure if Netflix is free in any territory, but you do need to pay like a monthly fee, I believe. But yeah, I think that's really cool. I just noticed that now, so thank you, whoever pointed that out in the chat. I will make sure to take note of that, and that'll be for videos later. So thank you very much. Should do a collab with Spit Bricks. I don't know. I kind of recently just did a video about how I feel about Ninjago collabs. So if you haven't seen that, feel free to go ahead and check it out. Nothing against the guy. But you know, do you like cheese? I do. We have a lot of cheese in our refrigerator at the moment. We actually do, like no joke. I do a collab with Daily Real Lord. Same thing. Not really super into Ninjago collabs. Kind of want to do my own thing, and I got a lot of video ideas going through the pipeline, so hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. Ooh, we got a donation from Ice Master 349. Thank you very, very much. Here in Austria, we don't have season 12 and 13. Oh man, that's awful. See, it's really weird. Like the Netflix distributions are super weird. It just depends on like where you're coming from and what territory you're in. But even so, it's like it's not consistent, and I feel like that's the worst thing about this here, because it's not like everyone gets the same thing, you know? And I feel bad for people like that who don't have certain seasons, you know? Because it's like, well, everyone else is watching it and they can't because it's not in their country, for example. And I feel like that's just like, again, it's really unfortunate, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not like it's intentional by Netflix. It's just kind of like they're licensing in certain areas, I think. I'm not really too clear on that, but thank you for the donation, Ice Master. Thank you very much. And I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry that you guys don't have season 12 or 13. That's really rough. Um, have I watched Stranger Things? I have not. I've been kind of looking to watch that. It's been in the back of my mind for a long time now to watch Stranger Things, but I got a lot of other stuff that I want to get through first. I've been recently going through my movie collection and watching a lot of stuff that because when I collect movies, for those of you guys that don't know, I collect movies and Blu-rays and stuff like that. And a lot of the times I will just buy a movie even if I haven't seen it. Like if it's really cheap, like at, Walmart or Target or wherever, I'll go ahead and pick it up. Um, and even though I haven't watched it, but I've heard that movies are good, so I pick them up regardless. So I've been slowly trying to get through my backlog of movies. Been trying to watch one every day. Last night I watched Ex Machina and Midsummer, which Ex Machina was really good. Midsummer's really weird. Do not like that movie very much, if we're being honest. Um, Are you gonna do the voting series again, like the fan favorite Ninjago seasons? I could. I've seen a couple of people asking for that, so I'll definitely write that down as a possibility. Because obviously there have been a lot of different seasons coming out since I've made those other videos, I believe. So I can do that, especially with the 10th anniversary coming up. Yeah, I most definitely could jot that down as something that you guys want to see, because I've gotten a few requests to do that. So how often do I watch Jang Bricks? Well, Jang was like one of the first YouTubers I ever subscribed to. If not, I believe he was the first, actually. The first YouTuber I ever subscribed to. But in terms of how much I watch him, I'm going to be honest, I really only watch him for the Ninjago stuff. So pretty much whenever new Ninjago stuff comes out, or just in general, whenever I like am in the mood to like buy a Ninjago set, like because I've been trying to buy a couple more Ninjago sets as of late. Excuse me for the voice crack. But I've been trying to buy a couple of new Ninjago sets as of late, and I usually turn to his reviews to see if they're any good. Just for a brief general overview, I really love the way that he styles his content and the way that he actually does his videos. So I usually go to him for that. But you know, because obviously I'm kind of in the market to buy a couple Ninjago sets soon. I mean, it's almost Christmas time, and my birthday's coming up, so who knows? I'm just thinking of stuff I want, because in terms of stuff that I do want, it's not a lot. So, trying to come up with something. But leave some recommendations in the chat if there's any like um, anything that you think I should get in terms of Ninjago sets. And I'll let you know if I have it already, but like recent Ninjago stuff, like from season 11 onwards. So. Do I believe the Overlord will ever return? I don't think he will, but I think he should. He's one of those characters that I'd love to see come back for like a final season, but in terms of like if he's actually going to be in there, I have no idea. I highly doubt it. Let's go ahead and switch over the season pictures. Yeah, we can do Hands of Time, I guess. Skull Sorcerer's Dragon, Legacy Bounty. See, the only thing that turns me away from the Destiny's Bounty, and at least the Legacy one, is that the Ninjago Movie Bounty, in my opinion, is still a lot better. I have the Movie Bounty displayed, loud and proud on my shelf, and I don't really feel like the Legacy one lives up to that, if we're being honest. But I might want to get it just because it's the original. At least it's a Legacy version of the original, so might grab that. Would I want a Ninjago advent calendar? Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that'd be awesome. I don't get why we don't have one. I mean, we have ones for what, Harry Potter, City, and Star Wars. And hasn't there been like a couple of weird Christmas Ninjago things coming out? Like there's that one Christmas Lloyd figure. So why can't we have like an advent calendar for Ninjago? That'd be awesome. So I feel like they totally should do that. Best episode from season four. Uh, hmm. I really like, if we're being honest, I really like the first couple of episodes, like the establishing of the tournament and, the ninja dealing with the fact that Zane's gone, especially the first one. I feel like the first episode is really good. Um, and that's pretty much the highlight of season four for me. It does get better, obviously, because it's season four, but I don't know. I just really like that episode. Which season do I think is the darkest season? Um, well, that's kind of difficult. It's either going to be Possession or Sons of Garmadon, because Sons of Garmadon, people are dropping dead left and right. It's insane. Like they kill the royal family and Hutchins in like the first couple of episodes, and then Harumi dies later on in season 9. Honestly, the whole Oni and Dragon arc, aside from March of the Oni, I'd say it's pretty dark. So I love the episode where they had the rollerblade tournament. Yeah, that one was pretty cool too. I've always thought that they should make that into a set, but they never did. It's very sad. Possession, really? I think that's dark. Yeah, because Possession has a lot of interesting stuff going on, especially with Morrow. Like, think about it. Lloyd gets possessed by Morrow. His body gets completely taken over, and in order to prevent Morrow from basically causing mass destruction across Ninjago and other realms, they have to go down into the god of Ninjago's tomb and find his dead body holding the realm crystal. I'd say that's pretty dark. Obviously, it's not the darkest thing that came out of Ninjago, but it's really creepy. Remember, they find Morrow's dead body in in the Caves of Despair. So, yeah, I'd say that's pretty dark. I mean, you don't see that a lot in Ninjago. You don't see them coming across multiple corpses in one season like that. And just overall, I suppose the episode is like literally dark as well. Like the season is like super dark in terms of the ninja suits being mainly black, the actual color scheme of the entire season. So it's dark both in the physical sense and the metaphorical sense, I suppose. Dogs or cats? I really like cats. We've got 3 kitties running around the apartment right now. 2 of them are fighting. I can hear them growling in the hallway. They fight a lot. Yep, there they go. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Knock it off, you guys. Jeez. Yeah, in case you guys didn't hear that, that was the sound of 2 cats fighting. So, what's my favorite episode of season 1 that I've reviewed so far? I think honestly the first one, Rise of the Snakes. I think I gave that one the best score so far. I believe I gave that one a 10. I know. I don't think I gave any other season a 10 or any other episode a 10 yet that I reviewed. So, but who knows? Tomorrow we're going to be talking about TikTok. So hopefully. Who am I voting, Trump or Biden? I don't want to get into political stuff here on the thing. Unfortunately, we are currently waiting those results. I'm very interested to see how this goes. Yeah, if anything, I do a write-in for Kanye. He's running again in 2024, so let's get this bread. Just 3 weeks left until Thanksgiving weekends. Yep, I'm excited. I'm really excited for Christmas though. And also, I did see a question in the chat earlier that I wanted to address. Next week is Veterans Day, apparently. We're not going to be taking off the stream for that. The only holidays that we'd take off for are like Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that. I'm not going to take off for Veterans Day, I don't think. Sorry for asking. Oh, it's okay. I just don't really want to get into that kind of stuff, I guess. Like, if there's ever something that I don't want to answer, I'll let you guys know. But you guys don't need to feel bad about it, so don't worry. We're all good. What do I think of Captain Rex from the Clone Wars? I've not seen Clone Wars, so I have no idea. The Ninja Copter. That should have gotten a Legacy remake. Which Ninjago Lloyd set should I buy for a birthday? Uh, hmm. You're looking for a Lloyd set? Uh, is there a Lloyd set that came out recently? I mean, maybe you could get the Lloyd and J Velocity Racer or the Jungle Raider. That could work. I'm probably gonna grab the Jungle Raider pretty quick. Just the small $10 Legacy one, just because I think it's cute and I think it'd look great as like a little desk toy. Will it not live stream during the whole Thanksgiving week or just the specific day? Probably just the specific day, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm going back home to visit during that week, then there probably won't be any streams at all. But if I'm staying home right now, if I'm staying at my current place, then it'll just be on Thanksgiving Day, I assume. So I'll let you guys know. We'll kind of play it by ear as we go along. So I'll let you guys know. Don't really have an exact answer for that right now, unfortunately. I saw a question that I wanted to answer. Cannot remember which one it was. Oh well. PS5 or Xbox Series X, is that the new one? I don't know. I like the PS5. Currently, I'm on PlayStation 4, so I might upgrade to that. I do know that I'm not going to be buying either of them immediately. I will be waiting until you know, until I actually have a reason to buy it, because right now I have no reason to buy either. If in case you guys don't know me, I really don't play games all that much. I play Pokemon, and that's about it. The only thing I would play on PS5 is the Miles Morales Spider-Man game, because I played the original Spider-Man game and absolutely loved it on PS4. Fortunately for me, though, Miles Morales is also coming out on PS4, so I'm not gonna drop a whole bunch of money on a PS5 just to play Miles Morales. I'll gladly play that on the PS4, and then eventually when I do buy a PS5, you know, then I'll buy it for that. But it's not going to be right away. It's probably going to be a couple more years. Could I do an Among Us stream with fans? Well, judging from how I feel about Among Us in the future, maybe. As of right now, I really don't care for that all that much. So it's not my favorite thing ever. I played it a little bit with my siblings and whatnot, and I really just didn't like it. But I don't know. I could try again, maybe if it works. I'm not sure. I just didn't really care for it. Anthony Johnson with the $1 donation. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. That actually helps out a lot. OG fan here. Excellent. Love all the OGs. You definitely use a lot of you guys. Do I like Hunted Ninjaga's intro? Yeah, I think all the intros are pretty good. I do want to do a remake of the ranking of the intros video, which should come out very soon, or not come out very soon. I should be working on that very soon. It's not going to come out for a while because I haven't really done anything besides write it down. In case you guys don't know how my video processing thing works, I do have like a long list of video ideas that I want to do, and then whenever it comes time to make a video, I just kind of look through, pick a couple of ideas, make a video on that. I could definitely do a lot of remakes for stuff, especially considering how, again, the 10th anniversary is coming out, so I can't wait for that. CW, Superman, and Lois, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen any of those shows. I've seen about 8 episodes of Arrow and 1 episode of Flash, and that's all my knowledge on that universe. We love these streams. Awesome. I like doing them, so I'm glad that you guys like them. What's Garmadon's first name? It's just Garmadon. Garmadon is Garmadon, and Woo is Woo. They don't have first names aside from those. And the reason why Lloyd has Garmadon as his last name is because, well, some cultures actually do that for one, give the child the last name, which is the first name of the father. A lot of cultures do that. And also it's just, it's a pun on the phrase Lord Garmadon. Yeah, Lord Garmadon and Lloyd Garmadon. So, but yeah. What will be happening in Ninjago Season 14? Who knows at this point? I wish I could explain more about it. Unfortunately, I don't have any insider information about season 14, aside from what you guys know. Everything that's out there is already what we all know. I don't get any information early. Lego doesn't come to me and be like, "Hey, man, we're gonna give you some season 14 information just for you." No, I'm not that special. So I have no idea what's gonna happen. In terms of theories and what I think is going to happen, the ninja are probably going to end up in some type of desert jungle island thing and have to fight off someone who's got these weird villains that kind of remind me of like something you'd see on like Easter Island or something like that. You know, again, we don't really know a whole lot, and everything that I know, you guys know. Sorry I can donate more next time you stream. I will. Hey, don't worry. If there's ever any concerns regarding like donations or anything like that, or like supporting me in like more than one way, like for example on Patreon or on Teespring, you guys don't have to worry about that at all. Everyone's got different situations, and I understand, you know. And you guys just being here, leaving a like, commenting, all that kind of stuff, and just watching my stuff, that supports me a lot too. So don't feel too bad. There's never going to be any sort of reason that that support doesn't mean anything to me. So thank you guys very much for everything that you guys do. And again, don't worry if you guys can't donate. That's no big deal at all. There's purple lightning on the boxes. Oh, for season 14? Yeah, it's like some weird thing. How do I get pictures in your videos? Well, it just depends on what editing software you use. You can load up pictures and kind of create a slideshow. I take a lot of screenshots using my phone. I like go through episodes on my phone and just take a bunch of screenshots that I can use for videos. So eventually I do want to do a video talking about my video making process and what I do. So I'd like to do that. I also want to do like a bricklink guide at 1.2. That Lloyd minifig that you made a video on yesterday, you can buy that on eBay. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying that on eBay. A lot of people that do those early Ninjago figure sales on eBay, they are definitely not real. So I would not recommend buying that. I know a lot of people think that's a good idea. I personally wouldn't. You guys obviously can do you. I don't think that's really a good idea. Am I going to do any more Ninjago tributes? Yeah, I got a couple ideas down the road for stuff that I want to do for that. Again, it's just a matter of time that I don't have. If I had more time, I would definitely make more. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time. There are only so many hours in the day. But if I ever get time, I will make some more because I have more ideas. Can I ask Dan and Kevin Hagman to work for Ninjago again? It's not my place to say. Like with Dan and Kevin Hagman, obviously I've talked to them before and whatnot. I don't think it's a good idea to go to them and ask them to return to Ninjago for a couple of reasons. For one, they're off doing their own thing, and I completely respect that. They parted ways with the show, at least as of now, in order to move on to other things, so that's fine. And also Ninjago as it is right now, I think it's pretty good. The writing's pretty good for the newer seasons, at least Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain. I think they're both really good. So I really don't see a reason for them to return necessarily. Is this a premiere? Nope, this is a live stream. We are live for a few more minutes, at least 19, 20 more minutes. So when did I talk to Dan and Kevin Hagman? Well, every once in a while we slide into the DMs and stuff like that, or interact on Twitter in some way. We don't talk like every other day or whatever. We're not that close, but we've talked before, especially when I was first starting off doing Ninjago videos. I thought that was really cool though, to have the writers of Ninjago just in your messages. That's crazy. So that's easily one of my greatest achievements. At least I would think so. I'm excited for this big year of Ninjago. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. 2021 hopefully is a better year all around overall. There's a lot of new stuff coming out that I really want to see, and I hope it doesn't get delayed or pushed back because of anything. But not only for everything, but especially for Ninjago, I would donate $100 for you to ask. That's not going to happen. I don't want to disrespect them like that. But yeah, next year's going to be crazy for Ninjago, so I can't wait to go ahead and see what it's all about. When did I start liking Ninjago? I was there for Ninjago since day one. I was there right at the first pilot episode, and I have not left since. And to me, that's really cool. It's like I really, really like having that type of, I guess, history with Ninjago, especially since the series is turning 10 years old. It's crazy. Do I know the channel of Brent Miller, voice character for Zane? Yeah, I'm subscribed to him. I watch his stuff occasionally. I really like his interviews with other voice actors, and I've talked to him before. I've interviewed him on this channel at one point, way back in the day, and he's a really cool guy. He also plays other characters and stuff that I've seen, like he plays a few roles in certain Transformers shows, for example, so it's really cool to like interact with him, knowing that he does stuff for, Ninjago and something else that I like, so yeah. Do I still do collaborations? Not so much these days. I recently made a video talking about why I don't collaborate with other people as much. To me, just to kind of, I guess, explain that video a little bit easy, or a little bit easier rather. It's just simpler for me to just work by myself because I know what I'm doing and I have, I don't have to rely on anyone in terms of time. So they put the missing chapter. Yep, we got that. Fire chapter is now on Netflix for those of you guys who were missing it. It's there, so that's beautiful. It's something that I really didn't expect, so I'm really happy that they actually put that on there. Do I watch Naruto? I do not. I know the run though. I really like your channel. Just found out about it. Oh, thank you. I'm really happy to, just welcome more people in. I was hoping that doing the streams would, I guess let people interact with me a little bit more, try to get to know me and what I do, and pretty much, what my processor or what my processing process is. So, drink to that. Do I think Ninjago could be in Smash? Absolutely not. Nah, they're not gonna let that happen. Who's the most badass villain? Well, I really like the Overlord, and I really like Chen, but Chen's not really as like cool as I would like him to be, if that makes sense. Chen is more of a psychopath, and I feel like that works really well for a villain. In terms of like general like awesomeness, I would say absolutely Moro. I feel like Moro is easily like the coolest villain that we've ever seen, if that makes sense. So. Favorite DC Comics movie? I gotta go with The Dark Knight, just to be kind of basic on that. um, Dark Knight trilogy all around is really great. In terms of a DCEU movie, maybe Shazam. But I am curious to see what this new Batman movie does. And also, I really like the Joker movie as well. Wasn't my favorite thing out there, but I still felt like it was really good. I would definitely recommend watching it if you guys haven't. But to be honest, a lot of DC stuff really doesn't, I guess, attach me or attract me as much as I would prefer. There's not like a whole lot of DC stuff that I really like, aside from, in terms of DCEU. Shazam I thought was really good, and I don't know, everything else I just kind of didn't think was very good. You said those early Ninjago minifigs are fake. Well, in spring of this year, I got the season 15J and it was real. I checked the heads. It said Lego 2020. It was real. Uh, yeah, it's probably certain stuff like that is, I don't know. It just depends on like where you get your figures. Like a lot of times, figures that you buy like online would turn out to be fake or something like that. But I don't know. Overall, it's been a pretty good ride, all things considered. Like I really haven't had any issues with that besides like, stuff that I buy like through third party sites like on eBay, Bricklink, stuff like that. So it just kind of depends on where you buy it from. But in case you guys don't know, usually with Lego figures, every single piece will have a Lego logo on it, kind of printed on there. So if you have like a fake Lego piece, like for example, in front of me, you guys can't see, but I have a fake Ninjago minifigure, no Lego logo to be found. So that's a pretty, I guess, surefire way of determining which ones are real, which ones are fake, etc., etc. So, uh, so yeah, you're making a fire chapter video someday. Um, like in terms of it being added onto Netflix, yeah, I'll most definitely do that. But I don't know, the fire chapter doesn't have a whole lot to offer as it is, so yeah. Favorite suit design? In terms of just pure designs, altogether, I really love the elemental kimonos for the ninja. I like how they all look together, and I feel like just overall, it's a really like good design. I'd say those are probably one of the best suits. That's my opinion about Ninjago and the fandom with LGBT representation. I think it's great. I feel like people can do whatever they want to do and shouldn't be judged for it, Like in terms of like drawing fan art or like expressing your affection for certain ships and whatnot. Like I really enjoy the ship between Jay and Cole. I feel like that's a really underrated ship and an underrated pairing. Obviously, it's not canon, but I feel like it's like really I feel like it's really like I don't know, I just like it. So I feel like just in general it's not like something that people should be like offended by or anything like that to say that people like a certain ship or do art of a certain pairing or whatever because it's fine. In terms of I guess representation in the show, we don't really have a whole lot of it. Like not everything needs representation if that makes sense. So unless it makes sense for the show, I don't feel like it's going to be happening anytime soon, if that makes sense. If it were up to me, I'd definitely make it happen, but it's not up to me, unfortunately. But I hope that answered your question. Um, Joel is my favorite. Yeah, absolutely. Isn't the ship name called Bruise for that though? Like as well, like because of black and blue. I don't know. I really like it. I also really like the Kai and Lloyd ship as well. Um, but I feel like Jay and Cole make a better match if the ninja switch genders. Maybe like in an alternate universe type thing. Like I always thought it'd be really cool if the ninja would visit a realm that was pretty much like a parallel universe of sorts to theirs. I always thought it'd be cool if they entered a realm where it was like the Ninjago movie, or if like again, say for example, they were all different genders. That'd be pretty cool too. Just some type of parallel universe. Maybe a universe where the ninja are evil and all the evil guys are good, like Garmadon's a good guy or something like that. That'd be awesome. And I feel like that would open up the door for more realms to be revealed too. If there was just like a realm parallel to Ninjago that was just kind of like an alternate universe type thing, where just one certain thing is different, that'd be awesome. I love how Kai is a good older brother to Lloyd. Yeah, me too. I feel like, while I do ship them in that way, I feel like they definitely have a better relationship as like, brothers. I feel like that works a lot better than, having them be together. But I still like them together. I feel like they would work, but, you know, mere Transformers type of realm. Yeah, like Transformers Shattered Glass, if you guys know what that is. Because in Transformers Shattered Glass, for people that are missing context, basically the Autobots are evil and the Decepticons are good. And I feel like that'd be awesome if you had like Garmadon on the fight of good with his noble army of Serpentine fighting off these evil elemental ninjas. I feel like that'd be really cool. And they should totally do a season like that. Maybe the R ninja gets sucked into that realm somehow and they have to fight off um, the evil ninja while allying with like good versions of Garmadon, the Overlord, stuff like that. I feel like that would be really cool to see. Opinions on Ninjago video games. Not too keen on them. I've only played a couple. I haven't played every single Ninjago game out there, but from what I've played, they're not all that great. But it's just more of an issue that I have with Lego games in general. I don't think Lego video games are all that good for the most part. I remember I was really excited for Lego Dimensions when that was coming out, but after looking more into it, I've just decided that it's not worth it. So, yeah, unfortunately, Lego games don't really sit well with me, and I was never really able to figure out why that was. Can I do top 10 videos? Yeah, we do top 10 videos occasionally. I have a few more ideas for other top 10s, so be sure to stick around for that. Opinions on the Ninjago movie. I really like the Ninjago movie. A lot of people don't, but I feel like it's really good. I feel like it's a good idea. And I'm just glad that Ninjago went as far as to get a movie. Like we should all be like, we should all marvel at that for a little bit, because that's awesome. But I understand why people don't like it. Me personally, though, I don't think it's all that bad. I actually really enjoy it. So, can I please do more meme reviews? I don't know. I had an interesting time making the last one. So, favorite dragon from the first realm? Probably Firstborn. I think Firstborn's really cool. Do you think the Upley should get their own spin-off? I feel like there are more people that deserve the spin-off a little bit more than the Upley, if we're being honest. But if they would get a spin-off, I wouldn't be opposed to it. They're kind of my least favorite part of season 13, if we're being honest, but I can see why people like them. And if they did get a spin-off, I wouldn't be too upset. I just feel like other people deserve it a little more than the Upley, if that makes sense. Can I have my Netflix password? No. um, I ship Kai with Jay because their ship name is Plasma Shipping. Yeah, that's really cool. I feel like personally they work a little bit more as friends, if we're being honest, but I can see why people would ship them. DCEU Flashpoint movie. I'm excited for that actually. I'm curious to see what they do with that. A lot of the DCEU stuff hasn't been all that great in my opinion, but that is something that I can say that I'm looking forward to. I feel like that's going to be kind of cool, and I can't wait to see what they do. So, that's my thoughts on that. Let's see, what else do we got here? We got a few minutes left in the stream here. Got about 8 minutes remaining. Video idea, top 10 allies. I know I did that eventually, or not eventually, I did that at one point, but it's been a minute, so I could totally go ahead and remake that video at some point too. Could add it on the list. Do I feel like the Oni could have been better? Yeah, unfortunately. The Oni, as they were in March of the Oni, though, they were okay. I thought that they were decently written villains. It was just kind of like a weird like army of sorts. marching towards the monastery. But I feel like they served their purpose. In my opinion, March of the Oni wasn't really about them. It was more about the relationship between Lloyd and Garmadon, which I feel like they pulled off beautifully. But I felt like they could have been a little better. I'm confused. Are Wu and Misako dating? I don't know. I could not tell you. If they were, I wouldn't be surprised. But if they were, it would also be kind of weird. Like think about it from Lloyd's perspective, for example. So you got so your parents are Garmadon and Misako. Your dad is gone, nowhere to be found. But your mom is still around, and she's interested in your uncle. Let that just kind of sit there for a second. It would definitely be a little strange from Lloyd's perspective, if we're being honest. So I don't know what's going on with them. Could not tell you. Man of Steel 2. Is that even happening? Or is that just still a meme at this point? How many realms does Ninjago have? Because that seems a good idea about ninjas being evil and villains being good. Yeah, there are 16 total realms. Um, parallel to Ninjago, and I feel like one of them could be something like that, like a parallel universe, because we haven't seen every single realm. There are still a couple that we need to see still, so we still have a couple more options or slots open for more ideas. So they could definitely do something like that. I don't understand why Misaka left at a place for bad place. Why did she want him to go to a wouldn't she want him to go to a good school? Well, the thing with Lloyd's whole boarding school and the reason why Misako kind of abandoned him there, the only reason why Misako dropped him off is because she knew immediately that Lloyd was going to grow up to be the Green Ninja, and she dedicated her life to trying to find a way to prevent the final battle from happening. Because at that point, the biggest misconception, at least in terms of the characters, was that Garmadon was the Dark Lord. Turns out it was the Overlord, but the reason why Misako left Lloyd at that boarding school was because you know, she wanted to find a way to prevent the final battle from happening, and she couldn't, I guess, mother a child and do that at the same time. I guess, not too sure about that. But in terms of the actual school itself, I guess she kind of figured that Lloyd would kind of take after his dad as well, because the reason why Lloyd got kicked out of that school was because he wasn't evil enough to be there. They felt like he was too pure and good, so they kicked him out. Was not evil enough. So hope that kind of explained a little bit more about that. I don't really feel like she needed to abandon him like that, but it's not my choice. Um, the 10-year anniversary is like Day of the Departed. Then would you ask Dan and Kevin Hageman? I don't know, man. I really don't want to ask them anything in general, for being honest, because a lot of people do ask them. Like a lot of people beg on Twitter for them to come back, and I just feel bad. Top 10 worst and best Ninjago episodes. Yeah, I could do that at one point. That's something that would take a long time to make, but I could totally write that down as well. So that's another reason why I like doing these live streams. It's because I want to go ahead and see like what you guys want me to do, so I can move stuff up the priority list. So I appreciate that. It's really nice interacting with people, that want to see more of what I do. It's really fun. I've seen people say she left Lloyd there so he'd become like his dad in the final battle. Would not happen. I mean, I could see that happening too. I just feel like if you know that like it's inevitable and the prophecy says that it is, there's really no stopping it. To be honest, I'm not really sure why she decided to go ahead and try to prevent the final battle. It's not like she was ever going to. So, but I could definitely see that too. It just kind of depends on how you interpret it, I guess. Either way, I really don't feel like she needed to abandon him in the first place. Doesn't really make her seem like that great of a mother, if we're being honest. So that's another video idea I can make. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's really fun, like interacting with viewers because you get more ideas and you get to move ideas up the list. So really fun. Chima is a realm. Yeah, absolutely. I am going to be doing a video soon. Don't know when, but it's on the pipeline. The theory that Pythor is from Chima, because he's got one of those glowy circle things in his chest, much like the Chima characters. So, ooh, not too sure about that. Could he be from Chima? Who knows? Who's scarier, Moro or Yang? Moro by far. Yang doesn't really hold a candle to Moro. Sorry I'm late. What's the beverage for today? Hey, no worries. The beverage is Dr. Pepper. Yeah, a little bit of a can there. So, and yeah, the Pythor was, I guess, because he's a snake guy, and Shima characters are like animals mixed with humans or something like humanoid animals. And there's not a snake tribe. Where'd the snake tribe go from Shima? Oh, they crossed realms into Ninjago. So that's always been a big theory, but Pythor I think is like the most obvious out of all of them. With all that being said, we have a few minutes left in the stream, so now we're going to turn it over to rapid fire questions. Anything that I can answer with one sentence or two sentences, just like shoot as many questions as you want. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. Obviously, don't spam, but if you have different questions, that works too. Am I bald? No, I'm not. um, Harumi or Vanya? In terms of best girl, I gotta go with Vanya. In terms of an actual character, I gotta say Harumi. Both of them are really good in their own way. Asphira or Pythor, gotta go with Pythor. That's pretty easy, actually. Don't really like Asphira very well. Favorite Prime Empire set? The Gamers Market. That's a great set. You get a whole bunch of really cool minifigures and some decent side builds for a pretty good price. It's really good. Which ship do I like the most? I really like Jay and Nia in terms of canon ships. In terms of not canon ships, I like Jay and Cole. So that's my answer to that. Favorite set? I really love the movie Destiny's Bounty. That's still my favorite Ninjago set. Nothing has ever come out to challenge it, at least as of yet. What happened to Kai and Nia's parents? They're still around, presumably. They left after Hands of Time, and we don't know where they are. But they're probably still around. I don't think they died or anything. I love your videos. Thank you. Is Empire Dragon a good set? I don't know. I didn't get it because I didn't think it looked good, but that's up to me. You can get it if you want. I have no experience with it. Anthony Johnson with another $1 donation. Thank you very much. Golden Power Energy. Golden Power. Golden Power, clearly. I think Golden Power is a lot better. Least favorite season. Gotta go with let's see, least favorite season, either Dave the Departed or the Fire Chapter, if that makes sense. I am wondering if we're starting to lag a little bit because I did see some weird stuff going on with the stream, so not sure if we're still good. Weakest character, uh, that's kind of difficult. Maybe in terms of a ninja, I'd say Nia, just based on personality and experience alone. Can't really scour the whole Ninjago cast at the moment. Yes, lag, so did I. Yeah, I feel like the stream's kind of buffering a little bit, but it's better to do that at the end than, somewhere in the middle. Let's do one more question and then we'll end it off. Let's see. Last question. Let's see, what could we do for a last question? um, hmm. Yeah, we can do we can do the favorite Ninjago character. I really like Cole. He's my favorite character overall in Ninjago. I feel like he's the best ninja, all things considered. But I hope that answered your question, and we will tune it over to the end of the stream. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. We streamed for about an hour. We'll be back here tomorrow for the same time, just in case you guys need a little bit more information on the streams. Monday through Friday is when we stream, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, doing an episode review and a Q&A, and I'll update it day by day if there's ever a reason that I can't stream. If your question didn't get answered, tune back in tomorrow. Got a few more videos going up in the channel today yet. So thanks a lot for tuning in and being awesome, you guys. Thanks a lot for being a great audience, and thanks a lot for watching. So with that being said, again, we'll come back tomorrow for episode 7 and some more Q&A. So thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.